four Nigerian club sides on the continent, Canopilas, Eimba, Dolphins and Warri Wolves all progress to the next round of both the CAF Confederations Cup and, of course, the CAF Champions League. Now, the question is, how far can they go? Dolphins, remember, will be facing the strongest opponent of all the other clubs. They will be facing Club Africain in the CAF Confederations Cup. And Club Africain, of course, is from Tunisia. You will say that it's a very, very strong draw for them in the first round. Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe. Now the headlines. The Golden Eaglet exploits in Niger Republic ended in disappointment. Not a good one for them, finishing fourth, not even third place. They couldn't even get the third place they were aiming for in the tournament. And the special one can only feed on one thing. That is trophy. I'm talking about Jose Mourinho. And if you watch his celebrations, it was something you will feel he has actually won, what was it, a World Cup or something? But his celebration was actually huge for him. And the only thing he says, title is like food to him. Well, also the program, Rafael Nadal is clamoring for more clay tournaments. Why is he doing this? Watayo Salam will be joining me for these and, of course, much more. But first of all, let's just take a look at the highlights from Anfield, where Felipe continues breathtaking stunner and Manchester City's hope of defending their title.
Lift the Anfield roof! Company's error, yes! But what a goal from Jordan Henderson!
What is it about Anfield and Vincent Kompany? Last season he gifted Coutinho the winner, and he just gets caught here again in mistiming the attempt to clear it from Coutinho. And once this is fed to Jordan Henderson, yes, he had options, but he'd made his mind up. This is what I'm going to do. Making your mind up is one thing, executing it to that level is another. That is absolutely fabulous.
Silva over the top, Aguero onside, Skirtle struggling, Aguero hit the inside of the post.
That's a Mignolet mistake for me, because if the goalkeeper comes, he didn't see him most of the time.
Aguero rolling for Dzeko, 1-1. Siding through the centre of Liverpool's defence. Edin Dzeko turned and finished with sureness.
I just think this is absolutely magnificent, this whole move from Manchester City. And Silva was the one who got into space and started it all off. And the rest was just delivered by Aguero. But how about that for a little reverse?
Here's Markovic.
Yeah, well, you would think Sturridge could be a factor pretty soon. I mean, Manchester City have already made a move.
Henderson, well seen by Hart. Sterling. Leading away from Moncala. Coutinho! Oh, brilliant! That's brilliant! Quarter to play. Cop end, a gem! A world-class gem from Philippe Coutinho!
Well, his goal to win it here last season was class, Philippe Coutinho. But this is another level again. And for me, it's on the back of what he did at St. Mary's. We've seen a couple of attempts in the game so far, and it's the extra confidence he's gained by that strike against Southampton for enabling him to try and pull off that spectacular.
Well, he has bettered the goal he scored at the same stage of this fixture last season. He's bettered the goal he scored at Southampton a week ago. He is the man, Liverpool's number 10, and City, less than a minute to play. City's throw. The cop screaming for the whistle. Aguero, Silva.
Yeah, well,
That was Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, it was, and he just kind of got the contact all wrong when it was fed back to him on the edge of the box. It's a lovely little 1-2 he plays, and he just scuffs it.
Well, obviously, that was a spectacular one from Coutinho. And judging from the fact that that guy was worth £8.5 million from Inter Milan, and right now at Anfield is actually the man who is ensuring that with Brendan Rodgers, he's a happy man, and of course contesting for the top 4. That is still their target this season. But Taya Salam is back after a very long time. Taya, welcome back.
Wow. It's great to be back, Cecilia. It feels good to be back. I really missed the sets, you know, and I'm happy to be here once again. Very tough couple of weeks for me now, but I'm good now. I'm great.
Good to go, right?
I'm good to
Ready
go.
to fly.
Yeah, let's go,
back
Cecilia.
from the sidelines. Thank you. All right, let's start from the CAF Champions League. Of course, we'll talk about Liverpool much later, but we'll start from not just the CAF Champions. Let's start from another tournament, CAF tournament, talking about Africa Under-17 Championship. Well, the Golden Eagles. Everyone was saying, okay, Golden Eagles can just go to Niger Republic, bring the title back, and go to Chile as African champions. But this would definitely not be the case. Well, they came back home, with nothing. Yeah, okay, they finished third. No, they finished fourth. Third place match, they actually lost that one to Guinea 3-1.
Wow.
And they were in the same group, remember, when they played, it was 1-1 draw. Everyone felt, okay, they already understand each other. They will go there and maybe finish third. What, fourth place?
Yeah, disappointing end, really, Cecilia. Like you said, going into the tournament, they were very,
was really high.
Yeah, they were very confident. They will go on and win the tournament itself and now qualify for the World Cup. The main objective they've achieved already, that is, they will go to the World Cup. But then the tournament as a whole, for me, I think it was really disappointing. And going into that third place match
Don't forget it's 8th grade, of course.
Yeah, it's 8th grade, yeah, so we don't really care, yeah, but then it's still disappointing, yeah, especially the manner in which they lost out in the semi-finals and the way they lost in the third place game again against Guinea. They actually scored first in that match.
Yes.
Very early in the game. Victor Osimhen again. It doesn't seem like there's any other person that can
score 4 goals in that tournament.
It's all Victor. Scored the first goal, 28 minutes, and you thought Nigeria was going to kick on from there, but it wasn't meant to be. The Ghanaians came back really strong and scored 3 goals in the second half. So better luck next time for Nigeria. But like we always say, it's nothing to really cry over. The lads have done a good job by qualifying. So what it means now for them is they know their work is cut out.
Yes.
They know they're not good enough.
They have
they're not
to defend
there.
the title.
Exactly, they're not there. They're not there. Because right now, for me,
this is kind of better because they wouldn't be really like, okay, we've done everything in Africa.
Yes.
We are African champions. We're going to the World Cup to defend our title. But the fact that they could not really get anything out of this game is to know that, okay, they have a lot to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so hopefully.
I think this is more like blessing in disguise.
Yeah, depends. We'll know whether it's a blessing in disguise at the World Cup proper. Remember the last set as well to didn't win the African
but
championship.
At least they got to the final.
Exactly.
You know,
that was a much better team, much better prepared, a better prepared side.
I think this side, like, okay, a younger side because the players are so young.
Yeah, a lot of academy players,
yes,
which is what we've been calling for over time.
So it simply means there's room for progression.
Yeah, and improvements, no doubt. So Amuneke and his coaching crew, they need really to work hard on this team going forward.
And of course, in case you're wondering who won it, well, Mali actually won it. They defeated South Africa by 2-1. South Africa actually, first of them, went into the final. And of course, they're really happy with the fact that they are runner-up. Yeah,
definitely. The South Africans really, we've seen some kind of renaissance in their football, both at the top level, that is the national team, the Bafana, and this, the cadet side as well. So getting to the final is a major achievement for them. They will be going to the World Cup as well, too. But then Mali, the Eaglets of Mali. I don't know if there's some kind of consolation for us, the Eaglets of Mali, Eaglets of Nigeria.
But we are the golden ones. They're just ordinary Eaglets.
Yeah, but then
that's the difference.
But then they won the final.
But then they're having four of these countries. 4 of them will definitely be at the World Cup. Mali, South Africa, Nigeria, and Guinea, all complete. Yeah. Okay, now talking about the CAF Champions League. Kano Pillars and, of course, Eimba, both of them make it to the first round stage, the one that is much more interesting. The Kano Pillars, well, they were able to kind of, use the word, they just swept aside Al Malakia of South Sudan, 5-0 on aggregate. Remember, the first leg actually ended, the first leg ended 3 goals to nothing, and of course, the other leg and it was also in their favor. Okay, we're starting with the CAF. That's the result on your screen, 5-0 on aggregate. And of course, for Enyimba, well, they won last night, and first leg was actually 3-0. So for Caterpillars, they will be facing Maghreb, and for Enyimba, they will be facing Smaho of Tunisia. That's their opponent in that one. The club is actually from, well, Egypt. Yes, that's a club from Egypt, and that's the people they will be facing, the club they will be facing in that one. And of course, for the CAF Confederations Cup, for Warri Wolves and Dolphins, they didn't really have it very, very funny, because their opponent, well, it's definitely a tight one for them. They will be facing an opponent from Ethiopia. That's Warri Wolves, and for Club African and Dolphins, we're playing in the next round, and Club African is from Tunisia. And that's the result. You have the Warri Wolves and last year 4-0 on aggregate, and Dolphins, of course, they had to go into penalties, ended 5-3 on aggregate for them to actually book a spot in the next round.
Yeah, Cecilia, as expected, the Nigerian teams in the CAF Champions League have progressed into the first round, but then it's not time to celebrate yet, because it's going to get tougher for them.
The first hurdle.
Yeah, that's just the first hurdle. There's still a couple more hurdles to go before they can get into the proper competition, into the group stages. And I'm looking at Caterpillars and Enyimba. Those two sides, really, they have their work cut out as well. So because as they move further in the competition, the tougher the competition will get. So I really hope they're ready for what's coming.
Caterpillars will not just be perennial contenders, but they don't really get past that. They just come compete and they go out. But as Nigerian champions, we're back-to-back 3 times in a row now. I think they'll definitely have more to offer this summer. The experience will definitely count.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. But what is certain is a lot is expected of Caterpillars this time around in the Champions League.
Okay, now let's just briefly look at the papers, starting with Complete Sports. And of course, the big one everywhere is Capital Kings, talking about Chelsea beating Spurs for first title win in 3 years. And City, it's planning £100 million bid for who? Well, Suarez. That's just it. Gunners reclaim third spot. And Sporting Life is here. Well, starting with the Capital One Cup final. Chelsea, of course, are champions, and Borough fans blast Omeru. Actually made a blunder there. Then Eaglet failed to win third place. And the last one, Soccer Star, where Blues brush aside Spurs, win first title in 3 years. And Varane is seeking £30 million move to Manchester United. Will that be possible? And Jerry Rosiski shoot Gunners to third place. And Siase issues a deadline to players, both those who actually played in the CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup are expected to be in camp latest today. Okay, now talking about the Capital One Cup, of course, that's what everyone is talking about. We'll be having someone join us from London, Shogi Touch, much later on the program. But before that, let's just enjoy, well, the goals that were scored, both deflection, but what is important is the fact that Hurricane was practically not his best day. Remember, Tottenham Hotspur actually lost in the Europa League, and he wasn't featured in that game because he was rested for this particular one, but he just couldn't bite when the time came. Let's enjoy the highlights.
It's Willian over it. Cahill looking to attack it from the back. Where's it going to drop? It deflects in. John Terry will take the credit. The captain comes up with the goods for Chelsea on the Wembley stage. Fabregas has got a bit of room here, and that could spell trouble. This is Diego Costa. First chance, and a deflection takes it in. Delight for Diego Costa. And it is a long, long way back for Tottenham now. Jose Mourinho's love affair with this competition continues. It is yet another trophy heading to the Stamford Bridge cabinet. There's another one heading to the Stamford Bridge cabinet. And this could well be just the start this season. Chelsea, once again, Capital One Cup winners.